A little beggar girl slipped into the crown prince's mansion through a dog hole to sneak into the funeral. Driven by extreme hunger, she stole a steamed bun from the offerings. Unexpectedly, the crown prince's guards spotted her and dragged her out at once. The crown prince, curious, asked why she'd only taken a steamed bun when there were so many other delicious offerings. The little beggar explained pitifully that chicken and eggs were too expensive, only steamed buns were the cheapest. Taking pity on the girl, the crown prince gave her all the remaining steamed buns. At that moment, the little beggar looked at the crown princess lying in the coffin and asked in confusion why someone would be lying in a box. The crown prince explained that she had passed away. But the next second, the little beggar suddenly heard the peony flower speak. It told her the crown princess wasn't actually dead. The girl turned to the flower and asked if what it said was true. The spirit inside the flower was overjoyed. After years, someone could finally hear it speak. It told the little girl that the crown princess had been poisoned by a goo, a type of malicious toxin in traditional beliefs. The girl immediately relayed this news to the crown prince, but the imperial physician beside them insisted it was impossible. He had checked the crown princess's pulse multiple times and found no abnormalities. The peony flower then stated that the physician could never have detected it. This poison was made from the venom of 1,000 scorpions, hidden inside a cloth doll that had been soaked for 100 days. It added that the crown princess would recover instantly if the doll was burned. The little beggar immediately grabbed the doll to burn it, but the guards stopped her. They said the doll was the only remaining memento of the crown princess. The crown prince also begged her to hand the doll over to him. Just then, the peony flower warned again that they needed to burn the doll quickly, or it would be too late. In desperation, the little beggar tossed the cloth doll into the fire basin. Instantly, a poisonous scorpion flew out of the doll and vanished into the air. Sure enough, the next second, the crown princess opened her eyes. The crown prince, overjoyed, helped her up right away. The crown princess looked at the little beggar and grew more and more fond of her. She couldn't help but think that if her own daughter hadn't died, she would have been around the same age as the girl. Learning the little beggar was an orphan, the crown prince and his wife decided to adopt her. So the little beggar followed the crown prince back to the mansion. Later, they prepared a large table of delicious food for the girl, but she broke a chicken leg into 3 pieces. The crown prince asked in confusion why she did that. The girl, who was used to living on the streets, said this way she could eat for 3 days. The crown princess felt a pang of sadness, and the crown prince assured her she could eat as much as she wanted from then on, however much she liked, every day. After that, the crown prince picked up a portrait and introduced the girl to her older brothers. The eldest brother was a great general who fought on the battlefield and had won numerous military merits. The second brother had once been a talent skilled in both literature and martial arts, but 5 years earlier, he'd had an accident. He fell off a horse and broke his leg. After that, his personality changed drastically. He stayed cooped up at home all day and never went out. No sooner had the crown prince finished speaking than the second brother passed by the door. Seeing his parents had adopted a little beggar, he felt immense disgust. He declared he would never accept a beggar as his younger sister, then told his maid to push him into the cold storage room. Inside, there was a precious ice crystal flower. If it bloomed, he would be able to stand again, and that day was the last day of its blooming period. He prayed it would bloom, but to his utter shock, the ice crystal flower not only didn't bloom, but its last remaining petal also withered. His heart sank to the bottom of despair, and in a moment of hopelessness, he decided to end his life. He proceeded to undo the cloak he wore to keep warm. At that time, the emperor was bringing a divine physician to treat his. Knowing that day was the last day the ice crystal flower might bloom, he had brought along jade nectar. Just 1 drop would make the flower bloom instantly. But then the guards realized the crown prince's second son was nowhere to be found. Seeing the urgency of the situation, the little girl ran to the courtyard.